Hi, everybody. I'm Jeannie with Makers Unify. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday evening for our Makers Meetup. Today I'm going to be working on some jar crafts, one of my favorite things to do. This is an example of what I have done previously. I like to put like a little IOD casting on top and then do whatever on here. I like to use transfers because I'm not a good artist to paint on glass. But if you are, it's an easy thing to do. Here's another example. They're really cute. So I have some that are done or sort of done. I put the castings on. They're already dry, but I do want to do some that I need to put the castings on and do some painting on these on the inside of them. And then I have my molds. So I'll go ahead and work on that. And then, because those have to dry once I do the make the molds or the castings, whatever they're called. They need to dry overnight. So I am going to have to wait on those. And I just want to make sure that everything is all set as far as, let's see, Facebook, so I can read comments. So I'm on Facebook and YouTube live every Wednesday at 30 Eastern time. And thank you so much for joining. So what am I going to do first? So I think I'm going to, I like to frost the insides. So they look like this. You can do this with Elmer's glue. You can add a little bit of, like this one has a little bit of pink in it. You can add a couple drops of acrylic paint in if you want to change the color. This one is just Elmer's glue watered down. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I will do the molds. And I wanted to see, I'm trying to see what transfers I want to put on. So I want to think about that first before I put the do the molds, because I kind of want the top to match. These are kind of big. So like I said, I like to use IOD transfers. Whoopsie, dropped something. Oh, mushroom. Mushrooms would be cute. See, these are really big. So I'm not sure. I have some small mushrooms I could use. That would be fun. Because that will determine, like I said, what I'm going to put on top. So let me just look for some smaller mushrooms here. That one's a grouping of them. That won't work. I have some strawberries, which would be fun because it's strawberry time. That might be a good idea for one. So this has a bunch of strawberries on it. So maybe I will use that on one. This is a strawberry I could cut out. Got dark. I should turn that other light on. Let's see what else I got. There's a strawberry. Another mushroom. As much as I try to be ready to go for you when I come on live, that just never seems to happen. So sorry about that. But so let's do. We're going to do mushrooms on one and strawberries on another. I could do that. I also have flowers. I have other fairies I could do. And I need a bigger table. Hopefully that won't fall. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, is, I'll get that out of the way. Oh, that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to water down some glue. I just have this big old thing of Elmer's glue. I think I got this back in 2020 when everybody was in lockdown and making the what do you call that? What were the kids using with the Elmer's glue? They were mixing it. I forget what were they making, like putty or silly putty or something. What were they doing? Anyway, I bought this big thing back then and obviously have not used it. But I don't think glue ever goes bad, does it? All right. And I have this little bottle that I keep on hand just with water in it. Little spray bottle. Always comes in handy. So you just water it down pretty good, mix it all together, and then you can just paint the inside of your jar or whatever you want. Is it inside or outside? Actually, now that I think about it, it's the outside. Yeah. So these are old candles. Candle, whatever. Oh, this still has wax in it. Or is that the bottom? Oh, that's the bottom. The nice thing about using these though is that they still smell really good. So I want this pretty translucent. So I'm just going to add some more water there. If you're just jumping on, say hi in the comments. Let me know what's going on. You working on any projects? Just come to see what I'm doing. Let me see. Still kind of thick. Oh, that might be okay. Let me just try it and see. So you just go ahead and get a little bit on your brush, and you just kind of want to do one stroke. You don't want to go over it too much. Try and do even coats. Just want a little frosted look. And you can always dry it with your heat gun halfway through if you want, if you're worried about getting your fingerprints on the wet glue, which I might do in a second here. That might be okay. Holding it at the tippy top. I don't necessarily like the lines showing from the paintbrush, but we'll see if they go away. And I'm going to dry this and then I'll do the bottom. Although I could flip it. Let me do that. So you're just putting a light coat on to give it that translucent look. And I'm going to hit it with my heat gun. Hi, Katie. Thanks for joining. It's getting there. Taking longer than I thought it was. Not on there that quick. If I can turn this without, it should be dry. Get my fingerprints on there. Are you working on any projects right now, Katie, or are you still working? No, I ask you that every time. You're always working. You're supposed to be working on some fun crafting projects. All right, I think that's good. Top's a little wet. Let me just get that again. You're working. I do think I got my thumb on there, did I? No, I did not. So it got pretty translucent. You don't really see the brush marks, which is nice. Just a few wet spots on the top. So there's one thing I'm going to tell you when you're cleaning these out, because you're always going to have candles with a little bit of wax left in it, right? And you want to get the wax out. So there's a couple ways you can get the wax out. You can just go in while it's hard with like a knife and just kind of cut it up, but be careful because you can crack this if you push down too hard on it. And the other way is to put it in warm water and let it melt. I do not recommend putting it in the microwave because there's metal in there. I realized that today. I put one in the microwave and it has a metal wick, right? And it actually lit the candle. So I'm like, I heard a little snap in the microwave and I'm like, what the heck was that? And I opened it up and the candle was burning. So don't put it in the microwave. Yeah, good idea. Now this one, when I took the label off, this got scratched off. So I don't know what I want to do with this one. Did I get 3 of them? Well, I do have another one, but I'm not painting that one. We got Gwen and Cindy join us on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. So let me think. If I put something here, that'll cover that spot up, right? So let's just put some, I'll just paint it with the Elmer's glue solution and see what it looks like and then go from there. Because some of it will be covered up. Like if I use lace on this one, because I like to put some lace on them too sometimes. So I could possibly just cover up the front, or I could put a mold on it or mold casting. I have some that are, these ones are like labels, and I could put like herbs on one or something like that. Jeez, not sure what's going on up there. So that could cover it up possibly. There's a lot of possibilities. All right. Let me do this one. And we'll get going on the molds. So let's see how this turns out, because looks like I didn't clean it very well, because there's some spots that are not covered, not getting covered very well. So I might totally have to clean this one up, but we'll see. Let's scrape it down really good and get that coating off of there. Or I just cover the whole thing up with lace, which is maybe what I'll do. So I have hopefully you can hear me over the heat gun. I have a craft show that I'm going to be at on Saturday, and I am not ready. I'm going to have some of these things, little things, and then I have my bath and body products, which I had hoped to make some soap, but that's not going to happen, and soap needs to cure for like 4 weeks, so I'm late on that one. I need to make some lip balm and some lotion. I got a bunch of teacups that I'm going to put succulents in, which actually I should look and see if those have been delivered. I ordered them off Amazon. They're just little succulents, so I'm gonna plant those in the teacups, and then I think I have 20 teacups that I've been collecting that I picked up at different thrift stores. So I'm gonna put like these 10 of them for the succulents, and then the other ones I'm going to turn into candles. So I need to determine what scent, because I don't want to put a different scent in each candle. It's easier to make one batch or two, maybe two small batches of candle wax scented. So I got to figure out what I want to scent the candles with. I like lavender and rosemary personally. Some people don't like that. There's also grapefruit is huge. It's always been a big seller for me, and everything I do for soap and lotion. I do little lotion sticks. Make like little deodorant sticks. People like those. You can just pop them in your purse. So I got to determine what scents I want the candles to be. I might even have I like to use essential oils, but I think I possibly have a fragrance oil that's synthetic, of course, but like a linen. I always like that linen smell. So I got to look and see what I have for that. But I wanted to do because I haven't done a show in a long time, maybe 2 years. So I want to do like a pre-layout so that when I do set up, I know exactly where I want everything to go. So I'm hoping to do that in the garage. But we have a lot of stuff in our garage right now because we moved our daughter home. Well, we moved her stuff home from college. She's still away because her classes aren't done, but she had to be out of her apartment. And so all her stuff is in the garage right now till we figure out where we want to put it. So furniture and decorations, whatnot, is in the garage, and the living room's full of all her 90% of her clothes and bedding and all that good stuff that needs to be washed and put away somewhere. So, been having fun doing that. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. So anyway, I was going to set up do like a pre-trial, just kind of set up my tables how I wanted, and like I said, so then I can just take pictures of it, and then on Saturday I can just hopefully pop everything up. Looks like it's supposed to rain, unfortunately, but maybe it'll hold off, I hope. Considering I haven't done a show in a couple of years, it's like, oh, please don't rain out. Those are always a bummer. I've been in some pretty bad storms where I'm literally holding my tent down. I put the sides up and it's storming so bad, the tent's just blowing, shaking, even though I have weights on it. I'm in the middle holding the bars down with my body weight to keep it from blowing away. So hopefully it won't happen this Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to cover up that. Cover this part up here because it's got scraped off when I took the label off. All right, so I got those two done. This third one that I have, it's got this on it, that iridescent kind of thing. It smells so good. So I am gonna not paint that one. I do have a lid though. So I need to figure out, it'd be nice to keep this that wood, right? I think that would be nice. So I'll have to think on that one, what I want to do with that. So now I am going to create the, I think they're called castings, right? These are the molds, and then when you put the clay in them, they're the castings. So again, if I cover that up, I don't have to worry about it. But I kind of like the longer, the other labels. But I don't think that'll cover all that up. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it'll be fine. All right, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do with this mold. And then, what lid goes on there? That one does. And then what do I want to do for the lid? Because you know what? Now that I think about it, how's that going to work if I put this on? And then I have to paint this once it dries. Let me put this on, and then I will worry about that. And then I'll think about it. If I want to put anything on the top, like I did with these, I want to put a mold or casting. I keep doing that. Is it a casting or a mold? Casting. So let me work on this one. And then maybe I'll just make one for each of these and then figure that out. This also be cute. All right. So first you got to put your cornstarch in the mold. So I wanted this one. And I think I'll go with this one. All right. Where'd my clay go? Here we go. So then I just use air dry clay. I like Sculpey clay, but they didn't have it. Oh, this is DOS. This one is kind of a grayish color, but it does come out white once it's dried. I just like Sculpey because that's what I'm used to working with. So we just kind of play around with it and smush it in the mold. And that is a technical term. Mary, are you working on any projects? And you just smash it down. Got my handy dandy tool from Dollar Tree. This is like, I think they're just like painting spatulas or whatever, but definitely comes in handy for this project. Using the clay. And the nice thing about these molds is that they have this little lip on them. Patent pending invention. But it definitely helps you scrape off the excess and get a nice clean casting. We got Nancy watching on Facebook. Thanks for joining, Nancy. You're working on Kirsten cut down buckthorn bushes outside. Oh, you're watching. Sorry, you're watching. What's a buckthorn? Is it invasive? We got a bunch of rain over here, so I had Bill was going to work around the fire pit and do some. I was putting the big one on there, right? Do some landscaping stuff. Like we were putting pea gravel around the outside of the fire pit because it's getting weedy and stuff. But went to Lowe's and got what we needed, but it started raining. Unbeknownst to me, I'm in the basement, so half the time I don't hear the rain. All right, let me see. I need a brush to put this on. I don't like to use my fingers. Some people like just smash this down with their fingers or spread the glue with their fingers. I'm like, my fingers get dirty enough. I don't need any help. So I just use a tight bond. What's it called? Quick and thick. Spread it around. I try not to get too close to the edge just so that it doesn't squish out, but I think it dries clear. Let me see. Dries clear, paintable. So let me put this somewhere where it's not gonna get glue everywhere. Invasive shrubs. I probably have them. I just don't know what they're called. We have a lot of invasive shrubs around here. All right, stay. And I gotta try and flip this around without getting glue all over my fingers. And try and center it at the same time. Okay. Let's see, it's already got a crack in it. But that's okay. As it dries, it will crack sometimes, most of the time. I shouldn't say most of the time. But sometimes that's okay because a lot of times when I'm using this, see, I got a lot of glue on the edges there. I am going for a vintage look most of the time. So if it cracks, that's okay. I'm going to use a different paintbrush and try and get this excess glue off. Ugh, I gotta get my paper towel. I keep moving my paper towel. I like it near me, but then it gets in the way. So I gotta get up and get it. Ooh, almost fell over there. So has anybody watched or anybody watching the new Bridgerton season? I just started it last night. I love the costumes and the music, of course. All right, I think that's as good as it's going to get. I could wet this. Maybe that's what I'll do. Where's my water? There it is. Try and clean that up a little better. Although I'm going to wipe off the glue from, I don't know. I might end up just painting this whole thing. All right, so I want to set that aside to dry, but I need to should have thought of this earlier. I need to figure out where to put this so it doesn't roll away, because I can't dry it upright or it'll slip down. There we go. Can burn the weeds in the pea gravel with a propane torch. Yeah, we didn't put the pea gravel in yet, but our plan is, because it's like dirt and sand right now, and so our plan is to we're going to actually do like a weed killer or whatever they call it, a ground killer. I hate to say it, but like Roundup. I don't like to use Roundup, but anyway, we're going to put that down first. We've already weeded it. We pulled all the weeds. It's all cleared. So we're going to put the Roundup on, and then put the pea gravel down. And we're actually going to try, I have to order it online because they didn't have it at Lowe's. Now, where's the paintbrush? Oh, there it is. There's too much paint on, or glue in here. We are going to try a stone. There's a stone and mulch glue that you can get. So it's the area is not, there's not going to be any traffic on it. Nobody's going to be walking on it, but we don't want the pea gravel to move and try and keep it out of the grass. So hopefully spraying it with this glue stuff that's supposed to keep your pea gravel or your mulch from moving around for like 9 months. It's a little less, I guess, if you're walking on it, but like I said, we're not going to walk on it, so that'll be interesting to try. But the guy at Lowe's said that it's a fairly new product and they don't have it yet, but you can order it on Amazon or directly from the company. So we're going to try that because we never really put we put our fire, turned our pool area or into the fire pit. We never really did anything to the outside. I was just gonna like have grass grow up and we would just weed whack it, but then it's like, yeah. So we just cleaned it all up, and we're just gonna go like a foot around the outside of the wall that we have around the fire pit, and put the pea gravel, and then we don't really have an entrance into the fire pit area, so we have two bushes on, one on each side, and so then going in, we had some big paver stones, whatever you call them, and I said, let's just use these, and they're like a brown color, and we were looking at Lowe's, and we saw some gray ones, which the walls are gray around the fire pit. The fire pit itself is gray stone, so we're like, all right, let's just get gray. I was trying to save a few bucks by using the brown, but it would just look it would look ugly. So I was like, let's just do it right. It'll look good. So once that gets done, it'll look very nice. I mean, just cleaning up around the fire pit area looks nice. We haven't had a fire in it yet, though, this year. It's been kind of cold at night. Oops. Okay, hopefully that didn't shift. All right, let me move this out of the way so it can dry. I'm going to set it over here somewhere. Okay, so now what am I going to do for the tops? I can do a butterfly on here, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? I can leave it this. I kind of want to leave this wood. I like the wood color here. But should I do butterfly on top? And I can paint it different colors, or I can make it more like a vintage color. I also have dragonflies. Or I do flowers a lot. Like these are flowers. So I don't think I want to do a flower. I have birds. Those birds are too big. What else did I have? I thought I had something else. What do I have? Oh, I have little creatures over here. What's on here? Do I have a rose? I don't. I have a rose transfer. What do I have in here? I have frogs, turtle, snail, ladybug, a fern, bird, or I think I have some already cut out because I was using roses yesterday. And maybe I don't have any in here though. I don't believe I have any roses in here. Let me look in this other one. I think I got two of these. Usually try and get two of each because. So should I use a transfer? Put a small transfer on here with a rose? Because that'll be the one that goes with that one, which I can put, herbs on it. I could also I have a ton of rose petals. I can just throw some rose petals in there. So let me open this up. And maybe I'll put a rose transfer on here. These are by Redesign. I ordered these off Amazon. I don't know if. I'm trying to think of Sweet and Sassy Treasure, which is my local IOD person. I don't know if she has. I must have opened this already. I sure did. I don't know if she has Redesign or this one. She might have Redesign brand, but I don't think she has this particular one. So that one might be big. Let's see. That one would fit if I use a white one. Because I kind of, this one, I don't think I'd be able to put the leaves. I'd have to cut the leaves off. I like that pink though. So I could go pink or I could go white. What do you think? Pink or white? Kind of like, I like the pink. All right, let me cut the leaves off of here though, because they won't fit. All right, let's see. Scissors. Pink? Yeah, I like the pink. I keep forgetting that comments are delayed. So we got Ann and Shauna and Christina, Cindy and Nancy watching on Facebook. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let me trim this out. And I'll save the leaves because I can use them elsewhere. All right, save those. I'm gonna put these away because I'm gonna lose them. Trying to stick these cardboard things back in these. The cellophane is a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to leave that out. It's nice because then it won't get bent, but see, now I can't get this one back in. There we go. I just want to keep these together because I did drop something on the floor earlier. I still haven't picked it up. Can't remember what. Oh, it was a mushroom. All right. So close that up. And I'm going to throw this up. So up there. Whoopsie. All right. So this is fairly easy. This is going on that one. This is for this one. I'll paint. I'm not happy with. I don't care for that gold, but I'll probably just paint that white. So I gotta find my handy dandy little scrapey tool. Got a whole bunch of them. But I like. So it comes with a wooden one, but I like the. I have a silicone one somewhere. Although I don't know where it went. I was using it yesterday. And I cannot find it. Oops, I gotta put the cap back on the glue. All right, oops. So I have this, I don't know if you can see all my junk over here. I have this turny thing from Michael's, which is so handy for all my tools to keep them close by. If I can remember how I organize it all. Oops, and my candle just moved. All right. Now that you saw the rest of my messy desk, I kind of, that was leaning against my computer and it got moved. All right, I still don't know where that one scrapey is invisible. Oh, here it is. It's a little bit more flexible than the wood one, so it's easier on my knobby little fingers. All right, so just peel this off and scrape it on. Try and center it as best as I can. We've got Ann and Marcia watching on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Anytime anybody wants to put anything in the comments, you got questions, or let me know what projects you're working on or what's your favorite type of project. What kind of crafter or DIYer are you? I like to do it all. And trying to actually clean out my pole barn to turn into more of a workshop, but as I knew would happen, get a good start on it, and then kind of stalled on that project. There's other things that happen in life, and you've seen my latest YouTube video. It's all about cleaning up the barn, which is just a lot of stuff. So that'll be a long-term project, but it'll be so nice once it's cleaned out. Like I said, we brought all my daughter's stuff home from her apartment for school and for college, and so now we got to find somewhere to put all that stuff. All right, so after you take this, or done scraping it on, you burnish it, is what it's called. Just use the back side of your thing, or you can just use your finger. If I want, I can do a polyurethane coat on this as well. Kind of give it a little bit of a waterproof. And I will probably do that. All right, so that's done. And that's going to go on here. This will dry, and I'm going to figure out how to put a word on here. Probably herbs or something, or roses, or botanical. I don't know. What do you think? It's pretty long. I could fit something long on here. The only thing is I don't know. Now, I've seen what people will do is they will actually just print off lettering, like on a piece of paper, just, printer paper, and Mod Podge it on here. Because I have letters, but they're too big to fit on here if I wanted to go that route. So I'll probably just print something off, but yeah, that's what I was going to do, Mary. Put some, yeah, like with the woodland. I was going to put some, I have a lot of dried rose petals that I'll throw in there. And I might even have some, no, I don't have rose essential, because I don't think there is a rose essential oil, but I do think I have a rose fragrance. I can put a couple drops in there, and that'll smell nice. Be like a little potpourri thing. So, okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'll have to deal with that tomorrow. I have to figure out if I'm going to just paint this or paint the whole jar, because I'm not sure I'm liking this right now. So anyway, we will set that aside. The next one is this one. Same color. I think I'm just going to paint this white with my chalk paint. And I will put because that's got another thing on it. That has another label on it. And I will put a mold on it, and I kind of want to do a butterfly. So figure out what size butterfly I want. But right now I'm going to paint this real quick with my chalk paint as it crumbles all over. I like chalk paint because it covers very well. I could scuff this up. Let me do that. See if I have any sandpaper here. Scuff it up just so that it adheres better. So I will do that. So if you have old, once your candles have burned down as far as they can go, clean them out and turn them into something useful. I actually have one of these up in my cabinet that I put my coffee grounds in. Instead of, I just take it out of the bag, pour it in, you have to refresh it every once in a while, refill it, but it's just easier to deal with in a big bag, and I don't want a canister on my counter filled with coffee. So these are Lysol wipes I just keep handy. I also have baby wipes, so some people use baby wipes, but Just use the Lysol wipes, and I'm getting my fingerprints all over it because they're getting wet. My dirty hands are getting wet, and I'm getting it all over this lid. So let me just clean my hands with this real quick. Rose hips. I do have rose hips. I could throw some rose hips in there. I have all sorts of herbs and essential oils. All right. Get a paper towel and dry that. All right. Let me get a drink here. So we got Debbie and another Debbie. We got two Debbies and a Marsha and an Ann and Shauna on Facebook watching. Feel free to say hi in the comments. Let me know you're here. All right, so this has, that's one of my glue ones. Let me find a good paint brush for this. I'll just use this one. And I'm actually going to, I wanted to pour the paint into something. I use that. I swear I had some more little bowls. I love these little glass bowls. But maybe I'll just put it in a little Dixie cup. Put the scissors away. All right. So if you're just tuning in, I'm making some, taking jars, doing some jar art and turning them into fun little things. So these are fairies. The lids do come up. Oh, maybe I didn't want that lid to come off. Well, they're supposed to come off. This went around the lid. I guess I thought I had that glued on. I guess I didn't. Anyway, so that goes around it. Fun little project you can do. This is another one that I have. This is from a candle, so that comes up like that. I think I painted the inside a little bit. So that's what I'm working on. These are already done. They're frosted, and I have already put the castings on those. And now I'm just preparing some other ones so that they can dry, and I can work on them tomorrow, because some things, the castings take a day to dry. So, and now I'm just using chalk paint to cover this one up because I don't like gold. And I think I'm going to put a butterfly on it. I've already been on for almost an hour. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. It's like last night, I don't even know what time it was, close to 8. And I'm like, well, do I stop now or do I go on to a new project? But I hadn't eaten dinner yet, so I'm like, I'll just shut it down for now and go eat dinner, because by the time I sit down and eat dinner, I'm not going to want to get back up. So It's so funny. I was talking to my husband the other day. I said, "You remember when we couldn't understand why our parents would fall asleep, like watching TV in the evenings? We're like, what are they so tired about? How do they fall asleep like that? You know?" And now I get it. 10 o'clock rolls around, my eyes are closing, and I get so comfy and sitting in the chair that I don't want to get up and go to bed. Definitely tell, or can definitely see what happened to our parents, right? I remember my husband would say that his dad would fall asleep, he'd be snoring in his chair, and they would go to change a channel, and he'd wake up. And he'd be like, "Don't change that channel." Back in the day when you had to get up and walk across the room to change a channel to one of 4 channels that you got on your TV. Nothing like today. You have 5,000 channels and nothing's on. All right, I'll get a couple of quotes on here so it's nice and ouch, it's hot. It is metal, so it's going to get hot. So maybe I'll just go tonight. I'll just go till Bill tells me dinner's ready. He's making some, I think he's barbecuing mahi mahi. Yeah. See if you only got one channel. I was just saying that. You got 4 channels. We had 247, actually, no, 247, 56. And sometimes we would get channel 9, which was the Canadian station. Once in a while, if it was like a Saturday really late at night or, into Sunday morning, you might have gotten a little bit something risque on channel 9, the Canadian station, because, they were a little bit more, they're not as lenient. What was the right word? Not as stringent about their, what they showed. But it was always fuzzy and snowy. That's funny. Watched a lot of PBS on channel 56 with the kids growing up, that's for sure. Or with our parents. My mom liked Antique Roadshow, which I believe is still on. I catch things on social media once in a while, little clips of people trying to find out, how much something is, what it's worth. In the travel show, Steve, he's still around. What's his name? Steve. Anyway, some Steve guy travels around the world. Might be mostly Europe. Yeah, and Bob Vila, This Old House. All the shows that I didn't really want to watch as a kid, but now as an adult, I like watching. That's hilarious. What was was it the Red Green Show? Then Benny Hill. I didn't get Benny Hill. I didn't really care for Benny Hill. I thought he was kind of a creepy guy. I didn't care for him. All right. So this is done. Peel that bit of paint off on the inside. That's on this rubber thing, which I can get that later when everything's dried better. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside somewhere where I don't spill it. And I am going to get a butterfly. The Yankee Workshop. Is that with the other guy? Not, what's his name? I think I've seen that one. Let me see. What butterfly do I want? I think I'm going to go with that one. Get those out of the way a bit. I'm going to go with this butterfly. Yankee Workshop. Is that the one they would bring out some weird tool or something and say, try and be funny about it, but try and guess what it's for, what you use it for. The guy who used old hand woodworking. Oh, right. Okay. And he dressed the part too, didn't he? Yeah, he was definitely would use the old woodworking techniques. All right. All right, who we got on Facebook? We got Debbie and Joanne, and Debbie and Marcia still. Two Debbies, a Joanne and a Marcia. Feel free to say hi in the comments, ladies. I don't bite. Keep saying, so the air conditioning just went on. I keep saying that it's going to cool down. It's supposed to cool down this weekend because I really don't want to have the air on. But it's been really humid. And especially when it's raining out, you can't really open the windows. It's pouring. All right, put this away and I'll glue the butterfly on. Where'd my lid go? I honestly don't know if I want to keep this color. It's a good base to have. So I think I'm going to paint it. What color do I want to paint it? I'm thinking like a light pink. If I put the butterfly on it, what color do I want the butterfly? I kind of want to do a rainbow butterfly. That'll be fun. All right, so let me get some white. I'm going to mix some white and some pink together. I think purple. Oh, I could do purple. Do a light purple or a light pink? I'll do a light pink because I can put purple in the butterfly. Ouch. Every time I walk around, I'm tripping on something. All right, let me get my handy dandy little paint thingy here. Hope this isn't too boring for people. I just want to get these set up so I can always get little boogers in these things. There we go. Garbage is getting full. see if that's light enough. And I need new paintbrushes. I think a good brand of paintbrushes. The ones they've had at last time I went to Joann's, they weren't very good. I like these. I don't know what brand this is. It's just this Crafter's Choice, but I think they changed. I'll have to look at Michael's. Anyway, Joann's paints were terrible, or paintbrushes were terrible, so I didn't get any. I don't want to spend a buttload of money on them. All right, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what paintbrush I want to use. Because some of my favorite ones are being used for other things. So, maybe this one. All right. Might not be light enough. You know what? If I get like a two-tone, I don't mind. That'll look cool. So let me, oops, a little too much. I always do that. A little too much. I got all that paint now. And know where to put it. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to hold this. There we go. There's like a plastic inside. I'm just holding on to that while I paint around it. So, just want to add some streaks of white. Put a few on the side. Okay. Set that aside and I will dry this. And then I will glue the butterfly on. And I will paint the butterfly tomorrow. Okay, that's dry. And I'll definitely put a coat of polyurethane on this because it's kind of dull looking, plus it'll help protect it. All right. All right. I'm going to get this out. Get the butterfly. See, the other thing I don't like about this DOS, I don't know, it's just not as thick as Sculpey. I feel like I can handle Sculpey better because that's probably what I'm used to. But anyway, just kind of tucking the little leftovers that are on the sides, going to tuck those in before I glue it on. Like I said, you don't need a whole lot. I do want to wipe some of this off on here though, because I need 3 hands. I don't know how dry. I got pretty dry. My little paintbrush to smooth my glue got a little dry. All right. So just put this on all around. We got Connie on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. All right, I gotta figure out which way I want this to go. I think I'll go this way. Kind of eyeball it to center it. If you want it centered, you don't have to have it centered. Just get the glue off my fingers. And I just tap it down and let it dry overnight. All right, so that's that. Let's see, there's a little bit of a edge of the, I have another tool I can use. There's a few little straggly little edges here I don't like, but I did not get tucked in, but I can tuck it in here. And tuck it in or peel it off. I'm just going to tuck it in. There we go. So that's that. I'll let that dry. This will dry white, but I am going to paint it tomorrow. So I'm going to set this over here with the other jar, or the bottom of the jar, and let it dry. All right. So I think dinner's ready. I'm smelling something. It smells great. And I heard him, Gil, calling our son for dinner. So I think I'm going to go eat. And then, what time is it? 7:42. Gonna clean up, eat, maybe come back and do some more, which I should probably do because I just have so much to do. I can watch some Bridgerton while I work on these. So these are ones that, like I said, are done. I can put some transfers on these, or I can do some more, just some lace around it. Those are upstairs. I have some upstairs that I did lace on that are nice. So yeah. Oh, and if you like my t-shirt, you can buy them on my website, Craft Your Stress Away. Go to makersunify.com and go to shop. There's a bunch of t-shirts and hoodies, bags, mugs, all sorts of fun stuff that you can buy. That's makersunify.com. And yeah, so that's it. So I will see you next Wednesday back here, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and bring your favorite crafts. Oh, the stuff on the back wall. I did that. There's it's called the Workshop Week, and I guess they do it every year. This is the first year I've participated in it, but it's free workshops with other artists. And there's probably, it goes all day. It literally goes 9 to 5. Yesterday or Monday, I did a few things. But yesterday and today, I have not been able to participate. But they have like lettering, calligraphy, watercolors, all sorts of different things. And like I said, it's all free. There's like 20 or 30 artists. And you can purchase the recordings. The recordings are good for 24 hours. And then if you want to purchase them, you can purchase them to look at later. But it's really cool. Like I said, there are so many artists that are so talented, and it's all for free. And the woman that's organizing it, or this is her 4th year, she said there were over 800,000 people registered for this workshops. I'm like, that's just insane. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And you could probably still get on if you wanted. So there's Thursday, Friday. Yeah, so there's 2 more days left if you want to get on or in. And even if you can't get in, you could probably still purchase the recordings. I think it's like $79 for all of the recordings. And there's, like I said, it went 9 to 5. Each workshop was like an hour. So that's at least 40 hours worth of workshops. So yeah, they gave us like a schedule, and then you had a a list of supplies that you would need. So I kind of went through and figured out, what supplies I had or what I was even interested in. Some of the stuff is digital, so I wasn't really interested in the digital kind of projects that they're working on, like how to create in like Create, I think is one or something. I don't know. I don't know all the digital drawing programs and all that. So, but there's a few of those. But anyway, so yeah, they might still be accepting. Like I said, it's free, so I think you still register and still get in. And it's a lot of fun. I have to look and see if I can do anything. I might try and get to 1 or 2 classes in the next couple of days. Kind of go through the list and see what interests me and what supplies I have. And but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I will see you back here next Wednesday, hopefully. Like I said, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much for stopping by. Have a DIY day. Bye.